Well, the main purpose, I think, is really consumer protection. The idea that we would, first of all, avoid false claims and secondly, give the consumer informed choices for their future decisions on food so that they could actually select more nutritious foods for their health. We have actually two distinct types. The Article 13, which are general function claims, they refer to body functions and nutrients or vitamins and minerals and body functions. They could be behavioral functions, or it could be things like slimming or weight loss claims, or let's say things like caffeine and having energy. So many different types of functions, bodily functions mainly. It could be even constipation or related bowel movement claims. The other type is divided actually into two. We have the disease risk reduction claims, and in the same category also claims concerning young children and infants. And those are the strictest regulated ones. You actually need a lot of proof. You need a lot of clinical studies to demonstrate that your effect is true. And the interesting thing is that the regulator actually decided that we're not looking at the endpoints. We're looking at what is called the risk factors. Basically, risk factors are biomarkers of disease progress or disease development. And these biomarkers or risk factors, as they are called in the regulation, they have to show that you are going to the right direction. So basically the endpoint is not enough. You actually have to show that your food or food ingredient is actually taking you towards the right direction in disease risk reduction. For consumer, I think if you speak about plant stanols and sterols, you actually have the most difficult health claims. You actually have a disease risk reduction claim concerning heart disease, and you actually have to do a lot of clinical work to prove that they take place, they are consistent, and in that way I would say that they are probably the most reliable claims for the consumer. The consumer can actually rely on the message on the food package, and also the health professionals use them quite often for instructing the consumers, instructing the common person to how to change the diet, how to improve the diet, and then if it's not enough, maybe also completing it with some drug treatment. It's a very challenging, I think it's the most challenging approval process in the world at the moment. But it also guarantees that if you get a claim, it's the right type of claim and it applies to many different parts of the consumer's life and health. What happens is that a company or whoever wants to have this claim, they actually have to produce a dossier. The dossier includes in disease risk reduction claims really several studies on the biomarker, on the disease endpoint, and these are then submitted to European Food Safety Authority, EFSA, in Parma. And in EFSA they handle it by the panel, the NDA panel, which is specialized on health claims, among other things. It requires several meetings, and then EFSA makes a scientific decision to promote or not to promote the health claim. And it also defines the levels of the food or food ingredient that are needed for the desired effect, basically showing that first of all the claim is plausible, and then there's a cause-effect relationship. And once that is done, and EFSA is making a statement and a recommendation, then it goes to the European Commission to decide. When the European Commission has decided, then the claim is actually also finalized in wording, and the wording is translated into all the official European languages. We can give today informed information, reliable information to the consumer so that they can make informed choices.